Hi everyone, it's Jaya here from Epicenter Healing. Welcome back to our channel. We're very happy to have you here on our channel. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Every 2 weeks I do a distant healing and intuitive healing for all of my subscribers. So do hit that subscribe button and you will be involved in my healing energy. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about something which actually happens, I think, to everybody, but I just don't think everybody talks about it. So I'm very vocal, I always have been. And on this channel, as you all know, I'm always expressing things that happen in my life, and I use it as a way to connect with the healing area and connect with all of you. Then that connection, we're all connected here on the universe. So lately I have been listening to and reading a lot of Paul McKenna's material. So if you're not familiar with who Paul McKenna is, he's a UK British hypnotherapist. He's written many books, best-selling. It was quite a few years ago now, but I remember my parents used to have his books in my house, but recently, intuitively, I've come across Paul McKenna and it has created a shift in me. So do check out some of Paul McKenna's material because it's come up in this video today, and it's also my way of showing gratitude to the people that I study from, or courses that I attend, or teachers or practitioners that I learn from. I always like to give them the respect that they deserve. So yeah, do check out Paul McKenna's material, particularly if you're wanting to create a really strong mindset shift. And of late, I've been really focused on mindset shift and change so that I can use this with my clients. So, what do we do when people let us down? This is a horrible one because I guess you put your faith and your trust into somebody, be it a friend, be it someone that you love, be it somebody in the workplace, and they let you down. So this has happened to me many times. And I used to, a few years ago, be able to make a really bold comment that everybody I knew and I loved let me down. And I'm happy to say that in this current stage of my life, I don't completely feel like that anymore. I have all the memories of the people who let me down, and I have used it for learning and for personal betterment. And I've used it in a way to think of that I had to go through that for my personal journey, my spiritual journey, and anything that I personally go through in my life, I tell myself, well, I guess I went through it for Epicenter Healing. So for me, there's always a purpose in the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everyone has the good, the bad, and ugly in their life. So what do we do when people let us down? So I think the natural response is that you will get angry first. That's what I have noticed with myself and with others. And it becomes like an anger lock within your system, within your psyche, within your body. And I guess we're gonna have to take this in chapters, because people that you love, or really close friends or family members, if they let you down, the feeling is gonna be very different to, say, if a work colleague lets you down. So if it's somebody that you love, if it's a family member, if it's a partner, if it's a best friend, the feeling of anger and the anger lock will be strong. Because in life, the closer the soul connection, the stronger the emotion. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So the closer you are with somebody, the emotion will be at its strongest. So in this scenario, I'm going to go straight from top down. So from spirituality into the 3D, the physical, the human realm, the human body. And from a spiritual perspective, we came into our families. So there's a lot of supporting literature for this. I learned a lot of this off different practitioners, to be honest, and I noticed that everybody was saying the same thing, and they all had their own research, literature, what they'd learned over the years to back it up. So, and I myself felt that this was true, that we come down into our family and we come down in order to learn certain spiritual lessons. So I came as Jaya into my family to take the good and the bad and the ugly in order to learn spiritual lessons to grow my soul light and grow as a soul. If you haven't already done so, please check out Makesh's video, which is Soul Retrieval, since it's timed nicely, and now it's a great video. and it will help you take your power back. So that's soul retrieval. And we come into our bodies and our families because we're here to learn and experience something that we need for our life mission or life purpose or soul growth. So there is a point. There is a point in the family that we come to, which means there's also a point in the people that let us down. So starting with family, our family, we could describe them as something called expanders. And expanders are people who essentially trigger us again and again and again in order for us to grow in our mindset, in our heart set, or in our being, just to become better. Expanders are there to make us become better humans, to help us grow. So if somebody like our family has let us down, or they continue to let us down, it is an opportunity for us to become our own person and to become independent and to rely on ourselves more, as well as to put more into ourselves, be it at the gym, be it at food with what we cook, be it at creating space. So often what I say with clients is that if you have, I don't like the word toxic, but I do use it just for the sake of the fact that it's such a common word that people understand now. So if you have a toxic family member or an unhealthy relationship with a family member, one that you don't feel that bond with them, the best thing to do is you literally stay away from them as much as possible. Creating space stops the trigger in your body. But the long-term goal of having that trigger again and again is to expand, is to become better. And you can say, I don't want to be like that and I won't take on that attribute. I want to be better. So I don't want to be someone like that. I want to be better. It's a learning. And then the same is true of the positive things as well. You know, you can take the positives from people and say, I want to be like that. I'm inspired by that. And I'm going to take that attribute and I'm going to integrate that into my personality for my own betterment. So let's still go back to the essence of this video of if you need to process being let down by a family member again and again. So if it happens on a very strong level, it becomes a trauma. We'll come into that in a moment. But it's also an opportunity. If it's not something that you feel comes into a trauma box, we all know ourselves what happens to us. If it's like a high level trauma, a medium level trauma, we know when something is happening to us. On what scale is it? Intuitively, we know. Is this a little bit bad? Is this extremely bad? Like this is so traumatic, or is it somewhere in the middle? It's bad, but I can handle it. So we're using that scale all the time. And when people let us down, we can also use this scale. And the importance of knowing our scale is we know where to go to in order to figure it out. What can I do with this? How can I incorporate this into me to make things better? So when the people that we love let us down, we can choose to distance ourselves, but then essentially we're going to use that trigger as a way of making ourselves better or stepping up for ourselves or creating an understanding and a compassion towards that person. So often when somebody lets us down, we could say, if they knew better, they would do better. So the forgiveness exercise is very powerful because when we run out of how can somebody be like this? Why are they doing this? The older generations have had a completely different upbringing. They've had a completely different setup. So it's really easy for them to be completely different to say my generation or the generation below. So giving that compassion and forgiveness that it's happening, it's so annoying that a person is behaving like this towards me, particularly a person I love. What we can say is, well, yes, it's annoying, but obviously if that person could do better, they would be doing better. So on this occasion, because this is not high up in the traumatic scale, I'm going to let it go and send that person forgiveness, compassion, and I'm going to just carry on with my day, you know? I'm going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to go and see the people that make me happy. And if that person who's letting me down is sort of stopping that or controlling it, I'm going to maneuver it as much as I can. And I'm going to make myself happy. And I'm going to give myself freedom to do what it is that I love, either progress my career, go to the gym, or walk with your dog, or see somebody else that you love who has not let you down. So we have to use these life experiences again and again for our own betterment. And we have to understand that the universe as a whole, the universal intelligence, the God force, whoever you believe in, it doesn't really matter, whoever you believe in, the creator, if they are putting these tests, because that's what they are, tests with people you love, then it's up to you to rise up to it. If you fail your test by, say, excessive anger, or say going back, meeting the person at the same energy that's made you feel let down, you're just going to be doing this. You're not going to learn your universal lesson, and you're not going to rise up and become a better human being. So if you're listening to any of the videos on our channel, we're all about soul growth, humanitarian betterment, betterment of the soul, betterment with feminine energy, masculine energy, everything to do with becoming better for ourselves, not from a perspective of ego, just from ourselves. We want to become better for ourselves, for this beautiful thing called life, this beautiful life that we are trying to get the most out of. And this is the way that you get the most out of it, because we're not in control of everything. So this higher being that's sending us these tests, be it through people, it's our opportunity to become better. Difficult people are there in order for us to step up our personality. Difficult people are there in order for us to think of more solutions, become more solution focused, in essentially to increase our IQ as well. You know, we need to be faced with these challenges to increase our IQ. I released a video on want to increase your IQ. I was wearing like a red suit. Please check that out. It gives you lots of tips of how to increase your mental space. Often I get asked the question, how do I increase my intellect? You know, I'm reading, I don't feel like I'm changing. And that inspired me then to create that video, to give you some more tips if you're wanting these neural connections to grow in your brain. The tips are in there. And our other videos on our channel, they all help you. They will all help you to become better for yourself. So this higher being and intelligence sends us these tests. If we keep playing into it and we meet that person with their same energy, we're essentially failing. So what we want to do is use the tips that I already went through to try and process that person, process that event. And in that, we become better human being. Then the next test comes and we'll say, if that comes to me, I can handle it. So essentially what happens over time is somebody will let you down, and instead of feeling that pit in your stomach of like that, which I've felt so many times over people that I really, really, really loved dearly, friends, relationship, and I felt that pit. And you get to a point where you'll realize it's not a pit. It's God showing you, it's the universal intelligence showing you, the creator, the computer theory, if you believe in that, in physics, whatever it is, showing you that you're ready for the next chapter, or there's another way you need to approach this person and you're going to grow. So this is happening for you to grow. So it's happening for a reason. So when these people that you love are letting you down, you're going to grow from it. You're going to become better from it. And you're going to understand from a universal intelligence perspective, it's necessary for this to happen. Essentially, you're also being chosen. Every time a bad thing happens, you're being chosen to respond to it. And the way you respond will filter into the vibrations of the universe. One person's actions affects the collective, and it's these subtle vibrations. And it's part of the Gaia theory. So do check that theory out. So there is a purpose. And also another thing that I have really found actually is about when people exit your life, other people enter. So other people enter. If you hold on to people that are hurting you again and again, that's your life. You've chosen your destiny. You've chosen it. You've said, right, that's it. I'm happy with that. I'm going to keep that. And your life is like this, like a straight line, right? But the minute you say, no, that's not enough for me to be constantly upset by this person, it's just not enough. Then actually in closing that door, you are opening space for other people to enter that will love you at a greater level. Ultimately, it's whatever we choose, whoever we choose, however we choose it. If we choose and we aim for better, we shoot for better, we're going to get something, our dart's going to hit somewhere. But if we just allow and be stuck inside this, people letting me down, I'm crying in my bed, I can't eat because they've upset me so much, how could they do this to me? And then you go and sit with those people again and again and again and again, what's going to happen is you are just going to be feeling let down, let down, let down, let down. So, you know, we choose. And if you want better, you can get better. So I hope that these tips in our video today have helped you in what to do when people start to let you down and how to think about it, you know, when it's happening, rather than feeling so condemned and God, why is this happening? At least you can see the light in the darkness. And that was the whole point in today's video. So if you liked our video, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and do share your comments and share with your friends. And until our next video, lots of love from Epicenter Healing.